The street Cecilia Convent stood atop a hill, surrounded by lush fields and ancient trees whispering in the wind. The routine was always the same: prayer, work, silence. For Sister Elizabeth, the convent was supposed to be a refuge for her soul, a place of peace. But lately her heart was restless. The cause of her torment had a name: Father Nathaniel. Since his arrival to lead the masses and hear confessions, something inside Elizabeth had shifted. He was not like the other priests, elderly, rigid, and detached. Nathaniel was young and tense, with a deep, commanding voice and piercing eyes. When he preached, his words were not just about faith. There was something more, something that touched Elizabeth in a place she tried to ignore. She watched him during Mass, studied his gestures as he raised the chalice, as his lips moved in prayer. Every detail of him burned her with sin. Desire was a poison, seeping into her veins with every glance, every word exchanged. And he seemed to know it. The first sin. That night, Elizabeth couldn't sleep. The cold walls of her room seemed to suffocate her. The fabric of her habit felt heavy on her body, like a prison. She decided to walk through the cloister, hoping to calm her troubled mind. And then she saw him. Nathaniel was there, standing alone in the dim candlelight of the chapel. He wore only his black cassock, sleeves rolled up to his elbows, revealing his strong forearms. He looked up and saw her. "Sister Elizabeth, what are you doing awake at this hour?" She hesitated, her breath shallow. "I couldn't sleep, Father." Nathaniel studied her in silence. Sometimes an uneasy soul refuses to rest. Elizabeth shivered. Could it be possible that he felt the same as she did? She took a step closer. The flickering candles cast shadows over his sharp features. The silence between them was thick, charged with something forbidden. "Tell me, sister." His voice was a low murmur. "What does your soul need?" The question was simple, but Elizabeth felt its weight like a blow. Her soul? Or her body? She closed her eyes for a moment, searching for the strength to step back. And then she felt it. The touch. Light, hesitant. His fingertips brushing her wrist. A shock ran through her body. It was wrong. It was forbidden. But God was her witness. She did not want to stop. Nathaniel exhaled deeply, but he didn't pull away. His fingers traced her arm slowly, testing the limits of what was allowed. Elizabeth held her breath. The fabric of her habit was no longer a protection, but a barrier she longed to break. "Is this a test?" Her voice was weak, trembling. Nathaniel gave a faint smile. "Perhaps. Perhaps I'm trying to see if one can desire without sinning." Her gaze dropped to his lips, so close, so temptingly close. And then it happened. The first kiss. It was light, almost chaste, but charged with electricity. Nathaniel hesitated for a second. When he saw that Elizabeth did not pull away, he deepened the kiss. His lips were warm, soft, with the lingering taste of Mass wine. She surrendered. Forgot the convent, the vows, the world. Only this moment existed. But desire is never satisfied with just a taste. The surrender. During prayers, Elizabeth felt Nathaniel's gaze on her. During confessions, her knees trembled as she knelt before him. Each encounter was a dangerous game, a dance between sanctity and sin. Until one night temptation won. The storm raged outside as Elizabeth sought refuge in the sacristy. Her heart pounding, she felt like she would explode, unable to control the emotions consuming her. And then Nathaniel entered. He said nothing. He simply closed the door behind him, and in a few steps, stood before her. The rain dripped from his hair, making him even more sinfully beautiful. "Tell me to stop, Elizabeth." She didn't. He traced his fingers over her face, down her neck, and then, without warning, claimed her lips in a searing kiss. This time, there was no hesitation. His hands slid to her waist, pulling her against him. The heat of their bodies clashed against the cold. Elizabeth gripped his cassock, feeling the strength of his muscles beneath the fabric. Holiness had never felt so distant. Their habits became obstacles. But one by one buttons came undone. Nathaniel's hands explored every curve hidden beneath her vows, every inch of forbidden flesh. He lifted her, laying her across the wooden table of the sacristy. Elizabeth gasped as his lips blazed a trail of fire over her skin. Her hands trembled, not with fear but with pure unrestrained need.